Welcome back to another episode of MotoGP Mac, and today we're going to talk about the upcoming race this weekend in Qatar. Now, before we get into it, here is the schedule for Friday. Here is the schedule for Saturday. And here is the schedule for Sunday. So what is actually going to happen this weekend? God only knows. You know, when we looked at it last weekend, Moto was supposed to be a bogey circuit for Alex Marquez, and he came out as the championship leader. This weekend is supposed to be a bogey track for Marc Marquez. God only knows what's going to happen. Pecco Bagnaia does need to answer the Marquez brothers. Franco Morbidelli and Fabio Di Giannantonio are having a good inter-team battle. You know, both go well around Qatar, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens with those two. Aya Agora is definitely one that I'm going to be watching. What is the rookie going to do? He does obviously have experience of Qatar, but just not on a MotoGP bike properly, so will be interesting. The Hondas with Johan Zarco leading the way of the bunch of them. You know, is that bike going to be able to handle the fast turns of Qatar? Is it going to handle? You know, really interesting to see there. Jorge Martin back, Marco Bezzecchi. What's going to happen in the Aprilia box? You know, is some of the pressure going to come off Bezzecchi? Is he going to stop crashing? How is Martin going to handle the coming back from the injury? Awful lot of questions there to be answered, I suppose. You know, then what's going to happen with the KTMs? You know, they're coming out during the week saying there's no silver bullet to this problem. It is going to be, you know, difficult for them to solve. They have two major problems. You know, then we have the Yamahas. You know, Jack Miller leading the way over Fabio Quartararo in the championship. Alex Rins, okay, a little bit behind Quartararo. You know, it's definitely not ideal. And how are Yamaha going to answer or engineer the way out of this problem? You have a couple of the rookies then, you know, like with Fermin Aldeguer, what's going to happen? How is he going to go? Qatar is a Ducati circuit. Should he be up top? We have Joe Augusto Fernandez standing in again for Oliveira. You know, how is Chantra going to go? You know, a lot of questions with those rookies, and obviously stand-in riders. But, you know, for me, I really enjoy the Qatar race. It's a night race. Definitely sit back and have a beer and relax and enjoy it. One of the things I'm really looking forward to as well about the weekend is that what is going to be Raul Fernandez's excuse for getting beaten again or humbled by his teammate. So look, it's really interesting for me. I really like the race, Joe. This is the race that a lot in Ducati are saying that Pecco should bounce back on, or this race, or starting in Jerez. So it is going to be interesting. It would be great to see a really tight three-way fight at the front. But you can't count out Digi and Morbidelli either. So it's definitely going to be a good race weekend. I did say in the podcast, I think Alex Marquez could take the win here in the main race, but you know, maybe not. It's going to be interesting for sure. But I would definitely love to know your thoughts. Who do you think is your fastest man on Friday, and who do you think is going to take the win on Sunday? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.